taken this help at least from Google and ChatGPT. So I've created one login form. Okay, I have created one form. In that form, I've added username, password, and submit button as a login as a submit button. I've taken one ID as well, error, to log the log error if the submit doesn't go well. And for all of the page, I have given the margin as 0, padding 0, this box sizing and font family. So this each thing I went for CSS and I have gone through each one and I have written. For body, this is the properties I have given and the value for the properties.
Good.
Container and heading. This is dot is a container class and H2 is a parameters. I mean elements for that element.
Inside that container, if you have any H2, then that particular, you can say this scalable you applied there.
Yes. Okay, this is written one thing, and second form I have created and script I have created. I didn't separated any file or I didn't link from source, but I have created script directly here in one HTML file. And add event listener. Action is submit and function I'm calling the event. So event prevent default to with this thing like stop with the if you have any recurring error, then it will stop there.
Okay, I understand, and I am really impressed you've done that. I think so. You are also feeling confident regarding this.
Yeah. Here document element user ID password I have taken the value trimmed off and error also I'm recording here and pattern I've given.
Hold on. This is a thing which you don't need to do because as you know, everything is available inside event. Am I right?
Yeah.
So why you are taking this get element by ID? Because everything is available there. In a form, everything is there. You don't need to access, you can say, your field separately. You understand my point?
Yeah.
So you will take that up. No, you can take that later and change it. There is no need to do this. Okay. You can check the previous video if you have a confusion.
Yeah. And validation, if username is equal to empty, then I am printing the messages username is required. So
just do one thing. Sorry to interrupt. Just do one thing. Just run and show me the use cases on a UI itself.
Okay. So this is the one I have run. Here, if I go open with live server, this is the form I got it. So here I've entered and leave password. Password is required. I'll enter one. Password must be 6 letters. Then I'll enter password must be uppercase letter 2. And if I give uppercase letter, it should have lowercase letter. Validation. Login successfully.
Yes, good work. And I want means you will add on add on the more things, and you can say you can see your login form. You require a home page. On a home page, we make a API call, and for API call, whatever we will get the post, we need to render those. Okay.
Yeah.
And when user want to click on, you will store in a memory itself. From API response, you store this in a memory itself. Okay.
Yeah.
And when user want to delete that, you need to delete that from that page. And if you user want to edit, then user can edit that update. So it's a full-fledged application which we will use in our future for our testing purpose.
Correct.
And we will add more forms as well.
Okay. Yeah. Once after clicking login, next time I'm going to write one in another form where user profile will be added. So once you log in, I'll give the reference link. Once you click login, it should go to that page. Then I will write all the form details there, and once after form details completed, it will go on the another page saying that form submitted successfully. This three thing I'll write it.
Apart
And
from that, sorry, go ahead, please.
yeah, one thing is I need is here once you click on login button, how to call the methods. I want to go to that class what you have given, that API class, CRUD, CRUD, create update, delete, and
Create, read, update, delete.
and delete. Yeah, that CRUD method I haven't gone. I need to go that method, and I need to follow that in the form too.
And apart from that, let's make it realistic. And here on this page only, if user don't have account, then you need to give an option to
Register
register or sign
or
up.
create a new account.
Yes. And apart from that, if user forget to see this password, then you
Yeah.
need to give option to forget password.
Okay, I'll note it down now. 1 minute. First one is new account create.
Yes, sign up.
Sign up. Okay. And second thing is
Forget password.
forgot password.
Third thing is term and condition. You can say sign up option.
Sign up.
Means user need to accept our term and condition. And
Okay, if he wants to create a new account, sign in. So I'll put one button here in the below page, sign in. If you click on that link, sign in link, it should take to the sign in page.
yes,
Right. So how to render to that page? Hyperreference link.
yes. A
Okay.
anchor tag.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next week I'll do that. Next class I'll do that one and send you.
Okay. So today I want you will take that up, means the theory part and practical, because you already have experience of async await in a JavaScript. Just we are introducing type here only. In a TypeScript, everything is same. So I want you will take that up.
This one async, right?
Yes. First we will go into the theory part, and then last we will do the practical, whatever we left there. Am I right?
Yep.
Just open in this, you can say click on a second button, left hand side, right hand side, second button. Click on that, please. Yes, click. Now just close the other panels. Close your Explorer window as well. Project Explorer window. Now go through this.
Okay. Async or await with TypeScript. What async and await are used to handle asynchronous operation in a clean and readable way. Asynchronous and await or asynchronous operations, and await will be wait for some times, then it will run. To async code that looks almost like normal step-by-step synchronous code. Okay, why use async or await? Because many real applications need to call APIs, read files, query database, wait for timers, perform background work. Without async handling, code becomes messy and hard to read. Sync or await, flow becomes clearer, error handling becomes easier, code looks more natural, promise-based operation become beginner-friendly. Okay, so by using asynchronous await, the code becomes easier to run. So it doesn't wait in the structural format. It can, if we keep await, then it will wait for some time, then it will run, so that it will be code will efficiently run. Right, Deepak?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. When use asynchronous await when calling backend APIs, fetching data from a server, saving data to database, waiting for delayed operations, chaining multiple async steps, handling promise-based libraries. When use async await when all this will happen. How? Single execution flow. Start function, async function returns promise, await pause inside function, promise resolves and rejects, execution continues. Real life analogy. Imagine you order food in a restaurant without async thinking. You started in the kitchen and block everything until food is ready. With async thinking, you place the order, sit at your table, and continue talking until the waiter brings the food. With await, it is like saying, I will wait here for this one important thing, then continue. So promise is equal to food order slip. Async is equal to restaurant process supports waiting. Await, pause until the food arrives. Try or catch, handle wrong order or kitchen failure. Engineering wave concept. Async operation, meaning work that finishes later. Promise, future result container. Async marks function as promise returning. Await waits for promise result. Try or catch handles async error. Type safety ensures resolved value type is correct. In plain English, mind mapping. Think like this. Some work is immediate, normal function. Some work takes time, async function. Async function always gives results later, promise. Await is used to unwrap the promise result. TypeScript helps define what results comes back safety. Real engineering mapping. UI clicks button. Function calls API. API takes time. Code waits for response. Response time is checked. UI updates safely. Core concepts first. Promise foundation. Before async or await, you must know this. A promise represents a value that is pending, fulfilled, rejected. Example, constant promise is equal to new promise of string, resolved, comma, reject. Function, set timeout function, resolve data received.
You
Comma,
can do the practical means together means step by step. You can do practical as well because you already know this. Am I right?
yeah,
So you will feel confident in a TypeScript as well. How you can do that?
sure,
Okay.
yeah,
Or if you want to complete first theory, then practical is totally okay. But we need to cover the theory today itself. Practical, sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, constant promise is equal to new promise string, then resolved or reject, set timeout, resolve data received, then 1000. Promise will eventually return a string. TypeScript knows resolved value type is string. What async means? When a function is marked async, it always returns a promise. It always returns a promise. Async function greet returns hello. Then promise string. Even though it looks like returning a string, actually return type is promise. Async function greet colon promise string return a hello. What await means? Await can only be used inside a async function. It waits for a promise to resolve and gives the final value. Async function show message promise void. Constant result is equal to await promise dot resolve of hello TypeScript. Console.log as result. Okay, here promise dot result hello TypeScript is promise string. Await extract string. Basic async function. Async function get message promise string returns hello. It usage. Async function print message promise void constant message constraint is equal to await get message. Console.log of message. Arrow function with async. Constant fetch value is equal to async function. Promise number function returns 100. So return type with async function. This is very important rule. If function is async, return in promise. Returning string. Async function get name colon promise string return Deepak. Returning number. Async function get promise get price function colon promise number. Returning object in user id colon number name colon string function get user promise user return id colon 1 name colon Deepak. Returning array. Async function number promise number return array 10, 20, and 30. Then returning nothing. Async function save log colon promise void console.log of saved. Async or await with interfaces and models. This is where TypeScript becomes powerful. Interface product ID number name string price number. Async function fetch product promise product return ID1 name laptop price. Using it, async function show product promise void constant product is equal to await fetch product console.log product.name. TypeScript ensures product.id is a number, product.name is a string, product.price is number. Then async or await with API style example. Interface user response id colon number name string email string. Async function fetch user promise user response constant response is equal to await or fetch is equal to await fetch. In the fetch we are fetching this example link. Constant data is equal colon user response is equal to await respond.json function. Return data. Important note, response.json often returns any or weakly typed data in many step ups, so usually type is explicitly. Safer version is interface user response. In that ID number name string email string. Async function fetch user function promise user response constant is equal to await fetch link constant data is equal to await response JSON function as user response. Then it return data. Error handling with try or catch. Async function get data colon promise void try constant result is equal to await promise dot result success console.log of result catch error console.error is something went wrong error. Okay. Next, better typed error thinking. In TypeScript, error in catch may be unknown. Async function process data function promise void try throw new error server failed catch server unknown. If error instance of error, then console.log error message. Sequential versus parallel execution. This is very important for interviews and engineer thinking. Sequential, one finishes, the next starts. Async function, sequential example, colon promise void. Constant A is equal to await promise dot resolve of 10. Constant B is equal to await promise dot resolve of 20. Console.log A comma B. Use when second depends on first, order matters.
Hold on. You understand this sequential one?
Yeah. So you have to go in a sequential order. You can't go in any order. So first, if you want to run the constant B, it will for the constant A to run, then only it will come to second statement. Without executing this first statement, it cannot execute the second statement. So it has to. Even though we have given await, it will come in an order. Correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next is parallel. Parallel means you can go side by side, like async function parallel example colon promise void constant. This is array a comma b, right? You're passing your
Yes.
array.
Basically, you are yes, array of promises, and both are resolved. One is returning 10 and another one is returning 20.
Yeah. Tasks are independent. Performance matters here. Okay. So it can go in any order, right? For the parallel.
Yes, yes, yes. But we always make sure both are get resolved or rejected. We got a result, then we will able to move forward.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Next is async or await with function parameter typing. Async or await with function parameter typing. You asked earlier for parameter depth, so here it is in async context too. Required positional parameters. Async function get orders, order ID number, promise string. Return order $order ID. Okay. Next is optional parameter. Async function search name string city optional string promise string. Return city $name from $city colon name. What does this do? Returning city optional city name from city colon name will display from the
So
city.
it's a ternary operator. If city is there, then it will print the name and city both. If city is not there, then it will print only name.
Okay. Default parameter. Async function get role username string role string is equal to you have assigned as a user and promise and return username is $role. You are returning username like Deepak is managing director or something like that. Correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Named object parameters, interface request config URL string and timeout number. Async function make request config colon promise string. Return calling config URL. So you are calling URL here.
With the help of dot operator, you are able to access the, you can say, parameter properties.
Okay. Properties
And
and
here you are using this in config while you are calling this. Then you can use config. Config is equal to and value.
so here you have given interface name as request config, calling
Yes,
accessing through config.
yes, we are giving a name as well, parameter name as well.
Okay.
Named. It's a named object parameter.
Okay.
You are giving a name as well.
Sure. Okay. So nullable parameters, async function print value colon string null. This is a string or so promise void. So async function print value, we are printing value. Value is a string or null, then promise void. If value is equal to, if not equal to null, then the value will be present in an uppercase. Okay. Correct, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Calling as parameter with async. Callback as parameter with async. Async function process value colon number, callback num colon number is equal to string, function string, then promise string, return callback value. Yeah, you said me
Basically,
call back. Yeah.
earlier we checked a callback. What is callback? Means we are passing a function as a parameter to another function, which will get a chance when means when you want means it need to be executed. And here we are returning a function, that function. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Then async function signatures. So you should also know how to type async function as variables. Constant load data, promise string, async function, return as loaded. Then now return a function with parameter. Constant get square, number, promise number is equal to async number function, return num into num. So the promise will pass on the number and async will be run. It will, yeah, the pass number, then it will send that number to this function async num parameter, then num into num will return as a result.
So you need to take a special care here. First part, num colon number and this promise number is telling means hey, this is a function, arrow function, and this is a return type. It will take one parameter number and it will doing this. And now after equal, this is a type definition only. Makes sense? After giving a type definition, what it will do, what your function will do, we are defining that thing. Please take a means pause and check this, because it's a confusing part and you will be confused when you need to write a code. Then maybe you will confuse. That's why I'm saying please spend some time on this and understand this carefully.
Sure. Okay. Next I'll go with async methods in interfaces. So interface user services, user service, get user colon number, promise ID number, name string. So you're getting the user ID as a number. Promise is sending the number and string. So here we have only one parameter as ID, but in the promise it is sending the name string as well. But we don't have name. We are from the get user function. We don't have any name. So
no worries. No
okay.
worries. Means whomever going to use this, who need to, you can say, provide their own implementation. You can check in our next implementation part.
Okay. Class
You're
user
able to see.
insert.
You're able to see. It's asking for this, and our name is giving default hard-coded value Deepak.
Yeah.
Now you get the answer of your question.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So here we can, since name is passed, you can send any name. You return any ID here as a number, but name, if it will be hard coded, you cannot change in the runtime.
Yes. But you can make a two parameter. You can take a two parameter if you want to make it dynamic or parameter. It's totally up to you.
Okay.
You understand my point?
Yeah, I got your point. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Then it's gonna async methods in classes. Async order services, async fetch order ID colon number promise string, return order ID. So we are returning the ID. Okay. Usage, async function run method, promise void, constant service is equal to new order service, constant order is equal to await service dot fetch order, console dot log of order. Then coming to promise. This is common confusion. Promise void, function returns no meaningful value. Async function log action function, promise void, console dot log of logged. Then promise string, function resolves to string, async function get token, promise string. return ABC123. Then promise T, generic async result, async function, wrapped value of T, value T, promise T, return value. Then generics with async or await. Very important for reusable code. Async function, fetch data of T, data T, promise T, return data. Usage, constant user is equal to await, fetch data, ID number, name string. In that ID one name Deepak. Real world use cases. API
Just
calls.
quickly go through it, and so that we can save time to do the practical. Just go through quickly, and you
Okay.
can skip some of the parts because we already discussed this in a
Okay.
JavaScript, right?
Yeah. So common mistakes for getting that sync returns promise. Async function test return 5. This is not a number, this is a promise. Using await outside sync. Async. Constant value await promise dot resolve of 10. Not using try catch for failing async code. Unhandled rejection create unstable apps. Writing wrong return type. Async function get name string return Deepak. Correct is async function get name get new function promise string return Deepak. Awaiting independent task one by one. This search performance wrong. Constant A is equal to await get A of function. Constant B is equal to await get B of function. Better when independent. Constant A comma B is equal to await promise dot all of get A function comma get B function. Over trusting API response shape. Always model return data. Ignoring unknown in catch block. Do proper narrowing. 25 deep concepts. Event looping connection. Await does not block the whole program. It pauses only the async function and lets the event loop continue. Micro task behavior. Promise resolution continues through micro task queue. Async is syntax sugar. Async or await is a cleaner way to work with promise. Type safety advantage. Type safety helps define input type, resolve value type, error handling discipline, model structure. Async composition. Small async function can be safely combined into larger workflows. Knowledge check MCQs. An async function always returns a string, boolean, promise, and void.
Go
Async,
ahead, go ahead. You can do this later. Go ahead.
yeah.
Subject
Next,
type, you can also take that up.
practical assignment is done.
Okay. So now let me share my screen. Let's do this practical. And you are able to see my screen, please let me know.
Yeah.
So
So
here,
this promise await interfaces and all in the Playwright, do we use that?
because if you check the code, definitely when you make a framework, then we require to use it. Okay. Because when you need to write a code for this framework, because we are targeting to write a framework. Am I right? If you don't have a tool in your pocket, then how you can write a framework your own framework? Am I right?
Yeah, got it.
So right now, let's take this example for API call. Okay, and we will modify the things and check that based on our real API. And practical coding. Yes, and this is the this is a URL which we need to use. So now I'm going to change this. You can say here you mention this string. String user ID is number. Yes. And okay. And the post. Post. Okay.
Yep.
So now this. Now let me run this and show you this working. So yes, let me run this. Here we go. And below we can see we will see ds. Okay. There's here we create as well as in post here. Post AI title American title body tool and user ID is one. User one. Sorry. So here we need to pass. Kumar, if you have any question or concern, feel free to ask. Okay.
Sure.
So they will pass. No.
So these details you are posting to post means you will be updating, right?
Creating a
Creating.
new post.
Yeah,
Creating
post
a
is
new
creating. For update method you
put,
use put.
put, put,
Okay.
put or patch.
Yeah. So for delete.
Yes. I will encourage you. You can do this by your own. So cannot find create paper. I have to create post. Now change to create post. Post. Now we are good to go. Sorry. Is created. Okay.
Mm.
And we get an idea.
Mm.
Make sense?
Yep.
And this is one example. Apart from that, let me show you some. This is also an example. If you want, I can show you this as well, how we can fetch the data based on ID.
Yeah.
But this post only, whatever we created. So based on that, let me do this.
Once
It's
create this
already
one,
there.
okay, once we create this one, where does that go and sit? The data you created, right? The ID, name, and the details.
Yes, yes.
So where do you
So
go
it's
and
a
sit?
dummy API.
Okay. Maybe.
This
Okay.
it's a dummy API, and
Oh.
here you can check this. Okay, it's
Mm.
created there. It's created in their memory or database. We don't know. We are just using that. Makes sense.
Oh.
So let me change this, and here we need to use the ID. This ID makes sense,
Mm.
so that we can get the information there. And let me change this ID here. Okay. And this return type should be post. Okay.
Okay.
And here we will say this should be post. We are returning that, and we can say this post or post is equal to await fetch user. So what we can change this name to, and there we say post. Okay. For that, let me create one. Okay. The first return or post, or you can say or this concept of post or okay. So let me run this. Let me call this method first. Get post. Post. Okay. I need to compile this again. Post is empty. We are not able to get the post based on ID.
Mm.
Let me check this. Is there or not? Because it's empty there as well. Am I right? So, but one ID is there. Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. 1 to 100 is there. Yes, 100 is there, but they are returning to us, but they are not storing. Makes sense.
Mm. Yeah.
That's why we are not able to get that. But now, if you run that with the existing IDs, then you will get that. Now you understand these are mock API.
Yeah.
And they are just testing purpose. We can use that.
Yeah.
How you are able to get this? You can say this is a whole thing regarding that post. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And what we can do this this way as well. Promise dot all. Dot all create post. Okay. API URL and then new post. Oh, sorry, create post. This is the promise as well. Am I right?
Yeah.
And apart from that, okay, get posts. Okay, you can
Yeah.
call this way as well. For parallel. Right now it's doing in a sequence of this, but you can do that as well, which we learned today lesson in a today lesson. Yes. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry. Thank you. This. Okay. Now it's working fine. And what else we can consider there? I think so. You know, try catch very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Try catch. Yeah. When we have issue, the catch will find out the issue and catch that one.
Yes. If everything goes fine, then catch will not get a chance to execute. If something is went wrong, then we will do that. So, that's fine. I'm putting up that's also fine. Also fine. Yes, this is an important point. Okay.
Yeah.
Which I need to teach you. So right now, if you check this, okay, if you check both the things, then you check this. So there, this is a method fetch. Am I right?
Yeah. Fetch data.
And yes, fetch data, and it's saying, you can say it can work on your this type, whatever type you will mention, it will work accordingly.
Yeah.
Okay. So here in this, what we are doing, you can say get users. Okay. And then I'll get user, what we are doing, and say, okay, as I showed you, this is a critical thing which you need to know. How you can, this is a declaration part and this is your main part.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, so here, okay, this is a way to do that. Right now, this is a same method, but here you are using this for a user. Okay,
Yeah.
you can do one thing as well. You can create an interface here. Let's say interface users. Am I right?
Yeah.
And paste this here. It's not so bad. So here you can pass a user. So it's working without any complaint with the user. Makes sense? Let's say you have a post as well. Am I right?
Yeah.
Get my post. Then here you can pass a post, and for post you need to pass this data. You understand my point?
Yeah.
So you
You
have
have
a
to.
single method, but it's working with a different data type. That's called generic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any question or concern for today
No.
discussion? Definitely you need to check
Practice.
this. Yes,
Yeah.
you need to check this. There is no alternative. But if you have any doubt or any concern, feel free to ask.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Here. Here. No. No. Hmm. Now if you run this. Hmm. Okay. So we need to use a bit. Unmute. First one. Okay. Unmute. That's just returning a promise only. We need to handle, wrap into a function, and then we can do it. Okay. No worries. Any question or concern, Kumar?
No. This is where in real time we use to fetch the user record, right? I mean,
Yes, make a
the
API call, make a API call, make a API call.
okay.
And where you have a, you can say different kind of entities are there, and you don't want to repeat yourself again and again. So we'll
No.
go with the generic. Makes sense. You understand my point?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Likewise, these APIs can be